You seem to really enjoy the competition aspect of it because I know how hard you train for some of these matches, but it just seems like you really do enjoy this sport.
I do. I love wrestling. I have to be honest, though. I really prefer to wrestle with guys than to wrestle with women. You know, I do the competition with the girls, and I do really enjoy it when I'm in there. But the stress of getting your act together and training, and it takes time and it takes money to train, and it's not that easy sometimes when you're trying to pay the mortgage and blah blah blah, the stuff that we're all dealing with.
What kind of wrestling do you enjoy the most? Fantasy, semi-competitive, competitive, pro, domination?
With boys?
Your choice.
I think with guys, I like hard semi-comp. And the difference between that and going full-on, like when I'm traveling, I can't do full-on competitive matches. I do full-on competitive matches within limitations where, we're starting from our knees, and we have to be careful because there's furniture around. Always move to the side, but you got to be careful that someone's not going to hit their head, or I want everybody to come and have a good time, wrestle hard, and leave happy and without injuries. That's the most important thing.
You travel extensively. You go to Europe frequently.
Yes.
Have there been any disappointments in your travels in terms of the sessions and things like that too?
The only disappointments usually.
I'm referring more to cancellations.
Yeah,
people
cancellations is the only thing. And normally I don't have cancellations because I frequently see the same people over and over, and once in a while I'll see somebody new. It's just downright rude when you're traveling and you have a schedule and you have to pay you have a flight to pay and you have hotel rooms to pay, and I always book 4-star hotels so everybody's comfortable, and I leave enough time between sessions so it's discreet, nobody's going to run into somebody else. I have time to freshen up and be able to give 100% in the next session. And when somebody doesn't show up or cancels at the last minute, it's just, pet peeve.
Yeah.
Yeah, pet peeve. Anyway.
Well, this is probably a loaded question, but I'll ask it anyway. What is your favorite company to shoot videos for and with?
My company!
Oh, what a surprise!
Like Femme Fatale Productions. Or I also shoot for Fight Babes Corner, which is kind of a joint thing with my webmaster and me. That's super heroine stuff, and that's a lot of fun. But a lot of times when I'm shooting fantasy stuff, if some of the girls, the fantasy wrestlers that are very well known, they can't take a bump, or they can't, like, for example, when I'm doing lift and carry, I always have to be doing the lift and carrying because some of the girls can't even lift me. It's like, Jesus, I weigh less than you, but can't lift me? I lift 200-pound men, whatever.
Oh,
So yeah, my company, but I'm always flattered and very happy to work for other people. So as long as the pay is right.
Is there something about you
I'm enjoying this.
Is there something about you like your fans to know that maybe they don't know?
Wow. Well, I don't know.
Any secrets?
I don't know. I love animals.
That's no secret.
Well, to some people who don't really know me, that would be a secret.
Oh, okay.
I give to charities as much as I can, and I love yoga. I think yoga is going to be my next life. What else? I love champagne. Bubbles. I love bubbles. I'm a wine fanatic.
You studied wine.
I studied wine, yes.
And you also have a
Piano.
grand piano, so someone must play it in your residence.
I tinkle on it. I don't tinkle on it.
That's another video. Yeah.
That kind of tinkling. But if you want to know specific questions about personal questions or whatever, feel free to go to the Mixed Wrestling Forum or to my website and ask the questions, or email me at fightbabe@gmail.com. Ask the questions and I'll answer the questions in the next interview.
Great. What is a message you'd like to send out to guys interested in sessioning with you?
Do it. You might as well do it. I'm not going to be doing it forever. I'm actually thinking of having a cutoff point, in the next year or two, where I'm not going to see any new guys. Now, the people I know, as long as they want to see me, I'll wrestle them forever. But I'm not just going to be advertising and taking on new people forever. That has its limitations. So if you want to do it, email me and let's do it.
What's your favorite mixed wrestling video you did, and why? I know what you're going to say.
Well, I have a lot of mixed wrestling videos that I really love. One of my favorites is one of my favorites is Robin versus Rudolph Lene. And it's
Is that Rudolph the Nose?
Rudolph Lene in French means the nose. So Rudolph Lene the video is called Robin versus Panty Nose. And it was all improvised, and it's hysterically funny.
That's a great video.
I love that video so much.
Are you going to ever establish a best of collection where you have little snippets from a few different videos?
That's probably a good idea.
Just because I think you have such a history.
Or maybe I should do a sale on my favorite video, like one a month.
Oh, that'd be great.
Yeah. Or Robin's favorite collection, but that's really.
Do you remember
that was really a fun video.
Do you remember your first fight with a guy?
Yes, like a real fight.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, John Blackshear, are you out there? I was 14 years old, and he was 12, and he was my brother's friend, and he would pick on my brother all the time. And my dad is my hero, and my dad would always tell my brothers, if you can walk away from a fight, the bigger man will walk away from a fight. So my brother, who actually, when he got a little older, he was a tremendous wrestler. He wrestled in high school and college, and he had a scholarship in college. He was a great athlete. So this kid was picking on my brother, and he just wouldn't stop. And I was like, we would play street football, and I was the only girl that was allowed to play street football. And this kid was a brat and a bully. And my brother could take this kid, but he would just walk away because my brother was the bigger man, and there was no need for a fight. But this kid, I think, wanted attention. So anyway, he was picking on my brother in front of all the other guys, and I snapped. I don't even remember what happened, but something snapped, and the next thing I remember, I had the kid on the ground, and I was sitting on him, I guess a schoolboy pin kind of thing. And I suddenly, when I realized what I had done, and there was a kid, Claudio D'Angelo. Are you out there? He lived across the street. He was an older boy. I had a crush on him. Claudio.
Did you crush him?
No. Anyway, so I felt really humiliated that I had snapped and somehow thrown this kid to the ground. So I just got up calmly and I went into the house, and I tried to avoid all the boys in the neighborhood for a while. But this kid, John, I guess decided he had a crush on me after. And he followed me, and he did everything in his power to try to get me to beat him up again. And I remember telling my brother, you need to keep this kid away from me because he's really annoying me. And then finally, probably about 3 weeks later, he caught me with a BB gun, and he shot me at close range in the butt with a BB gun, and it hurt. and I snapped, and he got his wish. Bam! Down on the ground again. Oh my God, I was so mad that I couldn't stand that kid. But anyway, I always wonder what happened to him. So that was my first fight with the boy.
Do you enjoy your own strength?
Oh, absolutely. Of course.
It's there's always a misconception about a size. I mean, you say you're like 118 pounds and 5'6".
Yeah, but look, I have muscle.
Yeah, you do.
Yeah. And I
Yeah.
do yoga, and I'm tough, and I do jiu-jitsu, and that makes me tougher, and I go to the boxing gym where Manny Pacquiao trains,
And you
I
run?
know Freddie Roach personally, and they love, all the boys love me down there. You know, I train really hard. I like, every time I train, like I have sweat dripping off my face and into my eyes, and it's terribly not sexy, but, you know.
Or terribly
I'm
sexy.
a tomboy at heart. I'm a tomboy. So.
Yeah.